Welcome to Sports Sushi. Your chefs for tonight are Sports Plug Russ, serving up the spiciest sports takes of the week. Sterling Furrow, rolling the X's and O's into an analytical maki platter. And finally, the moderator who always keeps the sake flowing, DJ Slow Boogie. Now grab those chopsticks and get ready, because your order of fresh and raw sports sushi is up.
What up?
Bang. Bang. Bang.
Man,
bang,
stop the
bang,
violence.
bang.
Stop the violence. No, I'm joking. No, we in this bitch. You already know what this was.
But no, what's up, everybody? Man, it's Wednesday. You already know what time it is.
It's time for the sushi.
All right. So look, man, we are live on all stations, even Rumble. So shout out to our viewers on Rumble. We had a good debut last week, so let's keep those numbers rolling. If you are listening, like and subscribe wherever you are. Please do that.
Hit the bell. Hit the motherfucking bell. And don't be afraid to comment. You know what I'm saying? Put some shit. Get the algorithm all active.
Yeah, when you if you tune in through YouTube or wherever, you comment, we can see those, and you'll be a part of the show, man. Who don't want to do
If
that?
you are active, we will be active with you.
And that's
You know
what
what I'm
we're saying. That's what we're saying. So look, man, we got a good little show lined up. We're gonna get into the legacy episode. I know we teased about it for about 2 weeks, but here it is. We're gonna talk about the legacy of Carmelo Anthony. We'll be joined by hopefully Sterling in a little bit. He's
I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna do like I do every week and make you say, "God damn it, Russell, it's time." I got some other shit too, but we'll get into Carmelo Anthony's legacy. But we get to the weekend.
We allocated a good bit of time.
I saw that, and I was like, I'm eating some of this shit up.
Yeah, that's gonna be spent on one.
This gonna be the one. This gonna be the one game where Melo don't get 20, my nigga. Hey, you gonna have to set up for about 11, 12, man.
Yeah. So look, man. Let's go ahead and get started. Any interesting sports takes that happened last week?
Look real, nigga. First off the bat, LeBron got the ball with the platinum glasses. Nigga, what?
Oh, yeah.
All he needs is the shag or the booty, and he ready for Dallas. Come play for Luka.
Yeah,
you already halfway there.
I think Kyrie trying to recruit him right to come to Dallas.
He trying to recruit everybody, but that's just because nobody else want Kyrie. So you out here. Yeah. You out here, my boy, because we the only ones that want to pay you. So, we're going to get into that when we get into the free agency. But I will say one thing was I have been playing the Madden 24 beta. So I will say, I've had a long testing period. If y'all want to see full and complete thoughts about the game, then y'all go ahead and follow Big 30 The Truth on TikTok, because I am Big 30 The Truth, and I will tell you the truth about this game. You know what I'm saying? In a nutshell, improvements have been made, but they got a little ways to go. But some of the shit, I'm not going to lie, is pretty good. Mainly, I will say this. I have noticed, and I play random, and I let the coach choose the plays just so I can get the most, basic feel against other opponents that I can and see just what happens. And so I will say this. It's a lot better with the NRDB wide receiver battles, because I know one of my biggest beasts with the game was when you throw the ball, it's either a big play or an interception. The ball never just hits the ground. On this one, the ball can hit the ground, but people do try to catch it. So it's kind of like when someone does make a play, you kind of go, damn, motherfucker made a play. It doesn't just look like your receiver just put his hand out and just let it go, or your DB just forgot how to play. So, that's one of the big improvements I own in the run blocking and blocking in general. That shit's true. So when you watch the YouTube videos and they talk about them finding the right people to block, that shit is true. But the counter to that, yeah, bro, he's rough for you on this defensive side of the ball when it comes to open field tackling, because someone's coming to get you, which is kind of good. So you know what I'm saying? So I don't really hate it. It's mad, no. So someone's gonna find a way to break something. But a lot of the shit that we don't like has been fixed in a way. You know what I'm saying? It makes the game a little bit more enjoyable to play. It's not less cringe.
Yeah, and they usually are pretty good, in the beta test, but once they start kind of tweaking it and patching it, things kind of get a little misconstrued in the process. But I played the beta. I do like the addition of the mini games, like they added back in there.
Have you noticed the in-air shit?
Yeah, I did.
Like the ball, like the less
yeah.
of the like crazy picks and shit. It's like, okay, it was just a bad throw, it just landed.
Whenever I played a little bit of the franchise mode, and it's just it's as of right now it's a beta. It's much more of the same. But look, man, I've been fooled before. Like last year, we talked about this, but
no. But here's what I'll say about that before I go into what else I saw this weekend, because I got a couple things. Or no, I just got literally a couple, so I didn't lie. But the franchise. I will say this to everybody watching and listening: like, you should join Couch Potato Gaming. I mean, to get your franchise on. You know what I'm saying? But the reason being is not just because, I love the guys and, we got to plug the franchise mode and we got to get this thing rolling. It's also because when you're actually playing a franchise with 30 owners that actually own every team, to be completely honest with everybody out there, the other shit don't really matter. Because you get your interaction from the other people playing. So like you get the rivalries that you need. You get the shit talk that you need. You get the videos that you need. You get everything that you would want that's produced on screen in the game. You really do receive that inside of a league. So that's not to give Madden a pass. That's just what I've noticed. And to me, the important thing about me is the gameplay. Like if they leave some things out of franchise, like I won't be too mad about it. Like I'm pissed about Creative Team. So until I get Creative Team back, I really don't give a fuck what they add to it, what they do to it. I don't give a fuck. Until I can get out there and make my own jerseys and shit like I can on 2K, I don't give a fuck what they add to franchise. Like everything else don't really matter to me. But that's just me being on my side of the bias. But what's really important to me is gameplay. So I think the gameplay gets tight and you get a lot of users that you like in a league. Like CPG Gaming can provide for you. If you need any questions or ask, you know what I'm saying, just hit me up. Big 30 the truth. And you can also go to cpggaming.com or .net. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. No, but I'm being dead serious. Shabbat Mitch, we're coming for you. But no, that's
I got to see that.
But, no, we are for real though. No. We are. We need him up in there, bro. We need. I normally don't shout people out, but hey, Shabbat, we need you up in the league, my brother. You know what I'm saying? We need you up in there. But no, other than that, no, it's good. Pretty good. The beta. I think everybody, when it comes out, you will be impressed. Hit everything 2.0 is doing what it is, and the Sapien Beals, no homo. That is legal for me to say. If you know, you know. Homo sapien. I have to explain it because otherwise I have to pause that shit. I just thought Thomas might be watching. If Thomas watching, he probably said, "My boy." Yeah, it is the wrong month to make certain jokes. So you know what I'm saying? No, Homo sapien. That means human. They model their players to be more human-like. So, and that actually is a thing that should come through in the game. Second thing I read about this weekend while I was on the sticks, I got my girls with me. So when I'm not with them, I got to be by them, and the only way to be by them and entertain myself is either watch a movie or be on the sticks. So I can catch my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, especially because but NCAA football news, the players say the payment's not as a whole. Before I get into the numbers of it, I can see why people on the outside are like, just take the money. But I think that what people need to realize is that 99% of the players in this will take the money, because 99% of D1 college athletes would take $500. That's the cut. The cut is $500. So what I was saying is, like, I don't know why, EA Sports or NCAA or these two, not NCAA, but the people representing the players in the NIL, I don't know why they can't just go to EA and just say, hey, look, we know that everybody doesn't deserve more than $500. We know that it's 99% of literally 99% of the people here don't deserve more than 500, but the 1% that do, let's chop that in half. That's about 55 guys. If you don't believe me, do the math. It's 11. Do the math. It's 0.5% of that is 55 guys. And if you get 55 guys, maybe less than that, but I ain't doing the math lower than that. I ain't giving you no point percentage.
I actually did the math. So
okay, what's up?
So
hey, what up? Now.
So look. We're talking about the NCAA game and the EA. What I read was is that it's $500, per player. But what they are looking for is royalties from each game sale. Now, EA has a budget to pay the players. Compensation is $5 million, and that kind of whenever you look at the team and the roster size, they hit it, and NCAA is like, nah, we need more, and I think that's what is kind of.
Well, I think it's. I don't think it's the NCAA overall. It's the representation of the players and the 1%, like Caleb, and what's Jackson Dart and those types of guys like that are the face of the league, and the guys that will be the face of the league, they do deserve, in my deserve more. You deserve more than $500. You're about to win the Heisman, bro. Like, that's just square business. Now, the game's going to come out wherever, because regardless, because you can opt in or opt out, and you will be created. So those guys, you will, but these 1% guys are the ones that are just maybe not in the game. I really don't have a problem with it, because I believe everybody should go for every dollar that they can get, especially when it comes to something like this. And if you are going to be a player that in the future, this game's going to have a ultimate team mode, and they're going to use past players. And so you already know Caleb Williams is like, yeah, I'm not going to be on 24, but y'all going to put me on the USC all-time team. You going to put Matt Leinart on that bitch. You going to put Reggie Bush on it. So you might as well go ahead and give me some. People, yes, Madden has always been the more popular game, but now that gaming is even then, more people enjoy college football just for the helmet, the name on the helmet. The players don't really matter. People will buy this game just to play in the atmospheres, and I do believe that this game will generate a revenue more than it's ever seen before, especially with the advent of esports and things like that. There's 110 teams on this game, and there are so many possibilities of what people can do as far as their own leagues, as like I said, as far as esports. So I think like the players that are asking for royalties, they are smart to do so. Now, if you play for Junkinville State, like, take your $500 and go about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I bet you they want to. So to those guys, I'm not saying you don't want to. I bet you they want to, but I do believe that the top guys should fight for every dollar. Sterling, what's your thoughts?
No, I mean, I agree. It's like we can't have nothing nice, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's always got to be somebody that's trying to ruin it for everybody else, man. It's like we've been wanting NCAA 14 for years, and there's always got to be some kind of hiccup. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I'm tired of it. Like, let's just do this. Like, if you don't have to put actual players likeness in the game, then don't do it. Like, because we're gonna get generated rosters anyway. We're gonna edit them ourselves anyway. So
you run that dynasty mode in 5 years, you're gonna have a whole new cycle of players.
And that's the point. People don't realize that's how I know y'all really played, because sometimes you would sim past that shit. Fuck these niggas now. I'm going to year 6. We seeing who can recruit. We seeing who can do all that, and we see who can get these creative players, and then we're gonna put them in Madden. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. Yeah. Oh man, good old days. But yeah, that's a little bit.
Okay.
I'm still playing it today, bro.
Yeah. Sterling bought 2 copies.
Yeah, I got 2 copies. So if y'all need one on PS3, let me know. I got you.
I don't. I got the box, and I'm not gonna lie, to cry my tears. I let it go, but I will be back, and it's gonna be cross-platty, so Whew.
And let me tell you, dog, it still hits different. That NCAA 14 still hits different.
Sterling, and I think Boogie, y'all agree. This is the reason why I think Madden, and y'all played NCAA, so y'all will understand this. The reason why all these people are mad at Madden and why these players move the way they do is because Madden is a bunch of pro players playing on a college-built game. Like, the way that players run away from players on Madden and do all that crazy shit, you get mad because it's only 32 teams and it's a pro. Like a pro game, there's only a certain amount of pool of players. That's how college played, but there were so many players. It's like I can find a 99 speed dude too. I can find me a DB. Like, I found this dude in Florida. He played wide receiver, moved him there, running back. Now he going for the Heisman. Like, college was a true creative player from the bottom up. You could, like, the dynasty mode. Anyways, we can have an episode on that. But yeah. I just saw that. I just think, but to all those, don't worry, we still gonna get the game.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And if it's cross play, just think the league we gonna have, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. They need to fix that though, because I don't think Madden's gonna have the franchise cross-platform this year, which is crazy. That's the only mode that they don't do it.
Oh, they're not.
No. But I will say this. I think I could have seen. I didn't think they would do it because they did every other mode, but they follow every trend FIFA does, and FIFA don't have a connected franchise.
That's a bummer. I didn't know that.
The day you see EA football, soccer, or whatever they're gonna call it, FC, the day you see that get a connected franchise, you're gonna see all these other games that get cross-platform connected franchise.
Dang,
which
bruh.
maybe never. But I always log on and choose Oklahoma and play against Michigan or Georgia any day. Any day of the week.
Let's get the show started here. Chris, let's go ahead and get a word from the sponsors before we get to the next subject. Bang.
What's good, everybody? Today's podcast is brought to you by the good people at BetStamp, which is helping thousands of people win sports betting for free. That's right, you heard me. Free. F-R-E-E. Free. All right? The same way travelers use Google Flights and Expedia to find the best prices, bettors now can use the same through the BetStamp app. When you place a bet, the odds are given by a sportsbook will determine how much you can possibly win. Even though you're betting at the same outcome, different sportsbooks will offer varying payouts, and the differences can be huge. We are talking thousands of dollars. But fortunately for you, the good people at BetStamp have your back, okay? So, BetStamp allows you to easily line shop for the most profitable odds across all sportsbooks. You can click on any matchup and instantly see the different odds that the game gives you, game lines, player props, and even future bets. Line shopping is the simplest way to find an edge in sports betting and maximize your chances of winning long term. On average, BetStamp users win an extra $1,000 and over yearly just by line shopping. You can't tell you that this is a fucking game changer. What's good, everybody? Today's podcast is brought to you by the good people at BetStamp, which is helping thousands of people win the sport.
All right, we're back again. If you didn't miss it, use that code Sushi whenever you go ahead and sign up. So let's get into it. Straight into it. What do we got in this day in sports, Russ?
All right, you already know, in honor of, just the fact that the finals did just end and we had our champion, I want to say, in this day in sports, the 2012 NBA Finals, the Miami Heat won their second NBA title. LeBron James' first NBA title. I believe y'all remember the phrase, it's about damn time, when he beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 121-106 in Game 5. MVP LeBron James. He was also the MVP of the season that year. And as y'all have always heard me say, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it days, that year, no matter who my favorite player may be, that dude was the best basketball player I've ever seen in 1 year at one time. That shit was crazy. Shout out to KT for averaging 30 points in the finals, though. And shout out to Russell Westbrook for going down for 43. They tried. Whew, they tried.
So they tried. They really tried.
No, they did. Now, a lot of people look at that and they see 4-1. A lot of people look at that as we go, like, just look at it. A lot of people look at that and see 4-1 and be like, man, they went out there and spanked them boys. When you really look at it and think about them games, nah, man, Russell Westbrook and KD were going fucking crazy. Like they were two little badass kids that you just couldn't get under control. Like, they was out there killing. He averaged 30. LeBron averaged 28. KD averaged 30. And like I said, there was a game, I think it was game 4, where Russell Westbrook Russell Westbrook scored 43 and KD scored like 28, 29. Like, they was out there killing. They literally, James let. No, I'm not gonna do it, Sterling, because I'm gonna light a match and you're gonna put gasoline on it. On to the next.
All right.
On to the next. But hey, Sterling, when someone shows you who they are, they will continuously show you who they are.
They are.
Dang.
All right, so look,
they
let's
had
get
the secret
into
sauce
it.
in Miami.
Yeah. All right, so this next subject we got. Okay, so the Special Olympics is going live in Berlin this weekend, and they have opened up sports betting on this particular event for the first time ever. And one sports book has took action on this, and it has been a very polarizing topic. Some people agree, some people don't see the harm in it, some people think that is morally wrong. Let's go ahead and see what Russ and Sterling think. I already know what Chris thinks. Me and Chris, we talked about it, so I already know.
Look. When I say that's fucked up, it's not because I don't. They're adults, correct?
Yeah.
For the most part, they're like they're not kids, correct? Like this is not betting on kids sports, correct?
No, I think this is adults.
All right, so
let's just say we assume that they're adults.
I that's what I'm thinking, but
We assume.
I don't know. No,
Yeah.
I assume I don't know no kids. I mean, I don't know kids in the Olympics, but it is Special Olympics, so they might be younger. But I don't think they are. But so with my knowledge, I may be ignorant to the fact that they're young. But I don't think they would. You can't bet on children's sports. So like, you can't bet on high school basketball. So like, I don't think you can like, you know what I'm saying. So logically, if the sports book went out with this, they'd probably have to read the laws on it. So I don't think it's wrong to say to bet on anything. Look at me, look, okay. So look, I'll bet a motherfucker how much bread can I feed a duck versus how much bread can you feed a duck. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I can say without getting canceled. So, like, I believe you could bet on anything. Only thing I said is that's fucked up is about because I know what happens when people bet.
Oh.
You can't be out there with your bet slip screaming at a Special Olympics kid. You fucking up, Daryl. You fucking up. Like you can't be doing that shit, and people are gonna start doing that. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's the only problem I got with this funny because someone's gonna be out there doing that shit. You gonna be drinking. You gonna have bet, and little Anthony ain't gonna be able to cover that spread.
Yeah.
You gonna be mad as fuck at the USA basketball.
You can't. Listen, man. They can't. You should not be able to bet on Special Olympics. Now, my question is like the Special Olympics Player Association? Are they like piping up and saying, "Hey, we want to be a part of the pot"? Like, who's the advocate for the special needs participants? Like. That's my question. Look,
Daryl, my bad. No, I was like, yep, next subject before I get ended. No, there's too many.
Eject.
Eject. Jokes out there like
eject.
Out here like blue.
You know what?
Imagine who the spokesman. I can imagine him coming up to the thing. Hi, my name Lil Daryl.
Oh, fuck. Look, all right, look, I'm gonna say this, and we had Dave we had Dave come in the show, our sports betting guy, and I asked him, and I'm not a bettor, I don't bet sports, so I don't know. I asked him, I said, dude, what do you think about this subject? And he gave me the typical Dave answer. He did the long inhale and exhale, and he said that no. He said, I understand that it's a dry part of the season, where, a lot of sports ain't really popular. But he said that, he feels that if you bet on the Special Olympics, you're pretty much like, you're a degenerate. You're desperate. As he equated it to a story.
I'm looking in the mirror right now.
He compared this to the story of an alcoholic drinking mouthwash to get his whatchamacallit. And I understood that, but this is how I personally feel. If you can bet on the color of Gatorade, you can bet on WWE matches, and that's not even a real sport. We all know that's scripted. You can even bet on the what is it, the Westchester Dog Show?
Yes!
You can take action on anything. And Chris said,
stop it, Chris. Stop it, Chris.
I think this. In the betting sphere, everything.
But yes, Chris, they are. They are. So we should be able to bet on them. I'm just saying.
It's a sport. Why not?
All jokes aside, the reason. All jokes aside, the reason why I say that people say no, and the reason why I think about it is because of the jokes. And now y'all know I'm making jokes, but the jokes I just made, and the shit I just did, is the reason why. And the people aren't gonna be joking; they're gonna be serious. And you don't want some drunk ass dude who's mad at literally Lil Johnny. God damn it, Russell. Lil Johnny for not being able to run a race with one leg. Like, you can't be mad at that nigga, man. Yeah, he got one leg. Like, what you? Like,
I'll say this: if you're going to bet the Special Olympics, bro, nigga, compose yourself.
Yeah, but people aren't composed with betting. Yeah. That's the point of betting, to be uncomposed. Yeah. You bet literally. Everything about betting has nothing to do with composure. You're taking your hard-earned money and betting that someone you don't know is going to do something positive for you for no reason other than you want to watch that shit. Like, you out of thin air. I'm just like betting is the most purest form of just like I want to have some like random ass fun. So I'm gonna do the most random thing is I'm gonna bet on someone that don't even know me, don't know nothing about me. They just out here doing their thing. So, but it's the things that come with it, because that's really what gets people yelled at in games, and that's what gets people like enraged. When you see someone really mad at a game, it's not because they love their team that much. They put $500 on that bitch and just lost.
Yeah, right.
like that's why they mad.
Yeah, man. Look, like, you know, if you go ahead and you gonna put this shit, you know, put money out there, man. Like, look, don't find these dudes' social handles and be threatening them in the DMs and all that other shit. Yeah. Don't go all around that. You know, if you lose your money, man, you know, drop some motherfuckers. You know, don't curse at them, but you know, drop some motherfuckers. Be mad at yourself, but then you know, go ahead and find your next.
Be mad at yourself because you bet it on the Special Olympics. Be ashamed of yourself. Look in the mirror and say, "Damn, I have a problem." The first step is admitting it. The first step is admitting it. Yeah, honestly, if you're betting on the Westminster Dog Show, you need to go see somebody. You betting on poodles and little dogs and trying to see who's gonna hop over, you got a problem.
In the toy section.
But okay, here's a variable that y'all not thinking about. What if they get one of these participants to start throwing competitions?
So Chris also said that he said you're gonna have somebody's dad tell them to.
I'm just saying.
Nope, I'm not touching. I'm not fucking touching it, Chris.
You already got parents. You got parents out there like Baby Drunk acting a fool.
Oh my God, that should have been in the weekend segment too. That shit was cringeworthy.
What makes you think that one of these parents ain't gonna start wilding?
Oh, they will. They will. Parents are the worst thing about youth sports.
They're gonna be throwing a shot put, bro.
You know what? All right, dog. Yeah, people. You know, it ain't. It's just how you respond to it.
Right.
I don't think the actual, you know, putting action on it.
I believe you could bet on anything.
Yeah, like somebody said a story about John Gotti.
You can bet on pigs.
Yeah, John Gotti used to bet on two roaches racing up a wall. You know,
we watched the Michael Jordan documentary where him and that other guy, the light skinned dude, was rolling the pennies up against the wall. People love to bet money that they can do something better than someone. They don't know. If I was say Sterling, I got 20, I could punt a ball further than you. You gonna take that bet and be like, fuck you, Russell. Let's go punt this football. Like you gonna take the bet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just the nature. It's just fun.
Right.
All right, man. So look, right, wrong.
I can't pump for shit, Sterling, though, so I'm not gonna take
me either, bro.
Bro, that shit hard. Pat McAfee, you got my salute. That shit is hard. Kicking is hard. I can kick a field goal though. Bet that I can kick at least 20, 30-yard field goal. I've done it before. I spun the ball and kick it. I can do that shit. That shit hard, but I can do that shit.
I probably can't even do that.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I can't even punting. I tried to kick a field goal at practice one time in high school. That wasn't happening. But look, whether you do or you don't, the choice is yours. You can bet on the Special Olympics this weekend is going down this weekend. So, but you know,
but shout out to them though. Shout out to them and the publicity that they are getting for the Special Olympics, and the fact that they're letting them compete and do all the thing because they getting in. I saw the weightlifting dude. It was like 415. He was strong as fuck.
Before we move on, I just want to say
I got one question.
All right.
Oh God, Chris, here it comes.
Who the fuck are the odds makers for those bets?
I'm not gonna touch it, Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
I'm not gonna touch it, Chris.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you know what someone's gonna say when the odds are way off. You know what they're gonna say. Who made these odds? So fucking on to the next.
I'm not touching that one. But shout out to I'm gonna say special shout out to the Ukraine competitors in the Special Olympics. They had to go through a bunch of shit. You know, they're having a war. Yeah. So it was a lot of things they had to overcome just to get the training in. So good luck to you fellas. But I'll be rooting for the home team, US of A. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get into the next subject, the NBA.
Yes.
Yes.
The NBA, man. Hey.
Real quick, I want to gloss over this real quick.
They should be called the NBA. Niggas be acting ignorant, this motherfucker. Let's go.
All right, so before we get into the CP3 and Bradley Beal trade, look, man. Ja got his suspension, man. 25 games
for being a slap dick.
I mean, I think that it. I think. Oh, Ghost rooting for Japan.
Always.
Look, I think that
Ghost is a Kuma. Y'all think he lying? He is a Kuma. He in a cave working on his kudo.
Like, I think that the suspension was on point. I don't think that was too light. I think that it would overkill if you would have tried to do it for the season, like some people were suggesting. Sterling, what you got, bro?
Y'all know I don't like him.
I know you don't.
I know. Go ahead. Hey, this is your time.
Hey, when I saw 25 games, I was flabbergasted, my guy. I was fucking flabbergasted because this nigga right here, and I'm calling him a nigga tonight, okay? He should have learned his lesson with the 8-game suspension. That's where we say, you know what, nigga, I'm going to give you some grace, bro. Like, but he should have been suspended for the whole season. And as a penalty, Dillon Brooks got to stay on the team.
Damn!
As a penalty, Dillon Brooks.
As a penalty, hey, Dillon was out there.
Yeah,
don't know. Move my leg to the.
I'm so tired. I know, right? I'm so tired of Dillon Brooks. I'm tired of John Morant, man. This nigga should have been suspended for the whole season. And the audacity to do another picture talking about this is a play gun, nigga. What?
You stole my thunder. You stole my whole fucking flow. I was going hit it.
Not only is your manager must be from the streets, my nigga, because he is telling you to make moves. Where your daddy at? Go get T. Morant. What the fuck is he doing?
And obviously, his dad is somewhere kicking it because this whole ordeal. I bet you he probably looked at his dad. You got that nigga.
Not only that, this is the same nigga that is like was playing. Suicide is a real thing, but he's like the whole cryptic tweeting about it. It's like suspend this nigga for a year. I'm sorry, bro.
You're just mad. You're mad about the slap dickery. The slap dickery. You just did the slap dickery is why you're like, hey, see, you on your David Stern. See, you on your David Stern.
Listen,
you on your David Stern.
My job on the show, I just say whatever. Okay? And this nigga is off the chain, bro. And you know what? Zion should be suspended too for fucking with me. We're gonna get Zion.
We're gonna get oh yeah.
But hey,
oh yes.
These two niggas.
Hey, you thought I wasn't gonna touch that? Hey, pun intended. Nigga, please, bro. No, back.
Dillon Brooks is still on the grid, bro. Dillon Brooks is staying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Free Dillon Brooks.
I would say. The sad thing about it is Dillon Brooks, you're a fucking fool, but you are a great defender if you just shut up and just do your job. Not really shut up and do your job, but like, because I don't want to sound like shut up and do it, but like, because you can talk outside the sport, but like, if you just don't talk shit to the other team's best player named LeBron James, if you don't do shit like that and poke the bear, you good.
This nigga said, talking about, let's say give me 40. Like, okay, first of all,
man,
you haven't established yourself as that dude. Like, stop.
You know what he gave him? PTO, nigga, early vacation. He sent that nigga Cancun.
Nigga, dance to that, nigga.
And the job, you know what? I'll say this about Ja, the 25 games. Even though Sterling, I agree with you. Me personally, just because how stupid it was, and the funniest thing to me is you didn't wait a day, you didn't wait a couple weeks. Months later, you and your boys come out and talk about it's a fake gun. The gun's fake. You think they was all smoking in the car and they say, "Oh, yo, Ja, tell them that whole fake, man. It been 2 months, man. Tell them the whole fake, man. We're gonna go buy you a little lighter gun and we're gonna say it's fake, man. That's the dumbest shit I have ever seen. But I will say this: 25 games is enough for this simple fact. We do. I say this lightly. He's not bigger than the game of basketball. We do need him playing. And there's another thing. You give him 25 games because guess what? You're going to find out if he learned his lesson because he's going to fuck up again. If he's able to fuck this up, he will. Because, hey, you are, come on. Both of y'all know. Niggas like this, they, when they show you who they are, they show you who they are. So if he really, if he going to change, he going to change. If not, well.
So here we go.
Hold on. I got one more comment and then we can move on. Let me tell you something. David Stern just sent John Morant to his room. I need a black disciplinarian to come whoop this boy's ass. Whoop his ass. Not David Stern, the other nigga,
Adam Silver. Adam Silver. Before you crack a joke,
Skeletor. This nigga, he said, "John, go to your room. Go to your room, John." That's enough, young man. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like,
okay, so before we move on, before we move on, did Ja learn his lesson? All right, hold on. Here's the question.
Okay.
Does Ja learn his lesson after this?
Nope.
No. Okay, well, let me play it back up.
Nope.
Play it back up. No. Hey, come on now. No. And you know what? It's like as long as he hoops, I have no problem with him having a big case of INS. It's just we're just reacting to this because the league literally said, the league said, "You want me to face the league?" He said, "I'm a gat, told him, piss him."
You're on your damn street. Yeah, shout out to Crime.
Oh shit!
But look, man,
my bitch got the loud pumps in the club, nigga. No, I'm
but look, we gotta sit here. We're gonna have to. We just gotta watch it and we gotta see. But what happened recently? The Chris Paul got traded from the Phoenix Suns
for a bag of beans.
Bradley Beal.
No, I mean Chris Paul. You were a bag of beans.
Yeah. So,
you were a bag of beans.
So look, I know Ghost just commented that Dylan Brooks has a good fit in LA. He thinks that Braun teams up with, but everybody's kind of speculating that Chris Paul might make his way to the Lakers. I don't know if that's a possibility.
He is 38.
Yeah.
In the words of one of my homies, man, who's good? I'm fine. Chris Paul is old. I'm sorry. He's a great player. After you retire, we will celebrate your career. But nigga, you old, bro. Like we don't care. You can give somebody like me and Sterling told you. You can give him 10 minutes. When that was it, 10 minutes, one half, another half. You know what I'm saying? It may not have been 30 minutes for someone else I was talking to, but I said 10 minutes, 20 minutes a game. 10 minutes one half, 10 minutes another half. Other than that, he 38. You ain't finna do nothing to make me say, wow, unless you hit a game-winning shot in the finals or fucking be the main factor in the finals. But right now, you just need to go find somewhere where you could be a good leadership head in the locker room. But telling me he's going to Lakers don't mean shit to me at all. Telling me going somewhere, he does not move the needle. That nigga's like putting $1.50 of gas in your car. Nigga, that needle is not moving. Not moving. Yeah, he is. Chris Paul is not a gallon of gas. No. Chris Paul is not a gallon of gas. No.
Maybe if he sat out like half the season and then play him, I think okay, that's valuable.
Like the
problem with Chris Paul is
it's like a Robert Horry approach.
Is he better than Kawhi Leonard?
No. Well,
is Chris Paul better than Kawhi Leonard?
No, he's not. But
okay,
the amount
Kawhi Leonard misses more than half a season every year and still gets hurt in the playoffs, nigga. Like, there's no hope. What we start this show saying? Once somebody shows you who they are, sometimes you just gotta know who they are. It's a good thing. Chris Paul gonna play. He gonna do good. He's a great floor general. He gonna get hurt.
All right, so we talked about Chris Paul. Let's talk about the other guy in the trade. Bradley Beal went to the Phoenix Suns to where it's Devin.
Oh, the guy that matters.
Yeah, DeAndre Ayton and KD so far right now on their roster. What does this mean for the West for next year?
Hold on, let's look at this trade though, because I feel like the Wizards really, I really question what they were trying to do here. Like you get Chris Paul and you get what's that kid's name?
Just say You get Chris Paul and
No, what's the dude's name? God, what's his name?
Shamet, damn it.
Landry
Shamet, damn it.
For Bradley Beal, and I'm just like, what? For multiple second round picks? That's what you do, Washington? Like, and so you could clear
a bag of beans.
Like, what?
A bag of beans and a jalapeno. Chris Paul, you've been upgraded to the jalapeno.
You call the Miami Heat and say, look, give me Vincent and the other cat, or give me Tyler Hero and let's do this swap.
The Heat wasn't finna play that ball game with him and give him up nothing else. But I still am wondering, like, I would still think you could at least get a better player at a better age from the Heat than you could from Phoenix. Like, you literally sent the main course to Phoenix for a side dish. Well, no. I was gonna get into that shotgun. I was gonna get into that. He beat me to it, but
no. I got something to say to that though.
All right, let's read it. The Wizards are the winners. So Shotgun says this: the Wizards are the winners. They move Bill and KP and Kuz. They have the cap spaces and draft ammo. We getting old fellas. Time to rebuild.
The Wizards been rebuilding for the last 15 years. How many rebuilds are you gonna do?
I guess it's one of those things, Taylor. You just gotta keep going.
I mean,
you just gotta keep going. Sterling sounds like he's the owner of the team. How many motherfucking rebuilds we gonna do? I'm the GM. Hey, yo, look, we just gotta keep going. Even if you fire me, guess what the next guy gonna do? Rebuild.
Let me tell, and I'll run through this real quick. Since 2014, they got Jordan Clarkson. 2015, Aaron White, Jerry, and Grant, no longer with the team. 2018, Isif Sandin, nigga, nobody even heard of that. And Troy Brown, not on the team. 2019, Rory Hachimura. 2020, Vit Krejci, and you sent him to OKC. You went and got Danny Adzvita. Like, these niggas, I can't even say their names. You don't even know who they are. 2021, you get Corey Kispert from Gonzaga. And then they went and got...
with the headband.
Yeah. Yannick Nosa in 2022 and Johnny Davis 10th overall. And what have you done, Washington? Nigga, y'all been fucking... Listen, they've been... The best draft pick that they've had was Bradley Beal in 2012. Since Bradley Beal has been a Washington Wizard, they do not have a player that they've drafted that contributes to that squad. They don't have a draft pick. And I'm looking at all their draft picks right now. That's sad.
I think as I sit here and I look at this and see both of y'all sides, like, Sterling, you're talking about the fact of the ineptitude of the franchise and why can't y'all get this shit right year after year. And what John is saying is, or Shotgun is saying is, yo, dude, like, we got to get rid of these guys. We can't pay Bradley Beal $65 million. We can't play Kristaps Porzingis however much money he's playing into the Celtics, who traded for him today. Guess what, guys? Y'all got another guard, because he ain't going down there in the place called the post. Jason Tatum going to be trying to do moves, and he's going to have him in the way. He's going to be wondering, what the hell? They brought me here to be the star. Like, y'all don't even know what Kristaps Porzingis is about. You know what he's about? Kristaps Porzingis. But ain't getting hurt. But no, I think that the Wizards, as far as what Shotgun is saying, yes, they did the right thing in dumping these contracts. Mm-hmm. But as far as what Sterling says is this: do any of us have fucking faith that they're going to do anything good with the picks that they have and the money that they have?
That's my point.
No, we don't. So two things can be right at the same time.
For sure, and I'm not knocking his side. He's absolutely right. But when you look at franchises like OKC, what they've done on their rebuilds, that's a squad that's actually doing it right. And so at some point, you got to say, I understand you got to keep trying till you get it right. But, man, as a fan.
Can I raise my hand on OKC? I will say this, though, about OKC. It could be a 30-30 for them, too, because literally every player on their team from all their great picks has a ring except for like two of them, and all of them been to the final.
Yeah.
And OKC has seen none of that except for 2012. None of that except for 2012, bro. Like, so OKC, there's a thing to be said about what the fuck was y'all doing? Like, but yeah, no. The Bradley Beal CP3 trade, I think we all could agree. When you dive deep into it, you can see why the Wizards did it.
Right.
But it's still Bradley Beal for a bag of beans. And on the Phoenix side of it, I don't know if y'all agree, but I'm going to say this at the beginning, and that's like, they're going to have to show me what they're going to do without a bench, because they do have 4 players. And as y'all know, I expressed that sometimes you got to play with the psychology of players. So they got rid of Monty Williams and CP3, which should make DeAndre Ayton perk up, you know what I'm saying, and play a little bit better. And so you do have those 4, but what's after that? Because we've seen teams like the Miami Heat, even with Bron and them, before they got to add a bench. It's hard out there, you know what I'm saying? So you tell me D-Wade and LeBron can't beat that Mavericks team because they don't have literally no bench. It's just all on them. And you expect me to go look at these 4 guys and say, like, y'all going to beat Joker? We haven't even begun to discuss what we think, you know, even a team like the Mavericks are going to do, because we know nobody wants Kyrie. We've said that we want him and we want to pay him some money. It's pretty much Kyrie and Luka and a blank slate, you know, maybe a couple young guys, but you don't know what they're going to build. We got a 10th pick. You don't know what the Mavericks are going to build, because it looks like they could turn that into Clint Capella and John Collins. You know what I'm saying? And if they turn that into those guys, you know, the teams can be built in a matter of days because the draft is tomorrow. So I just don't know if it's going to get them a championship, but I do know that team is going to be worth the price of admission. But I'm waiting to see what other 6, 7 guys they put on that roster to fill it out, to see how it's going to work out for Phoenix. But it is a good trade for Phoenix as far as trying to go for it all in 1 year. I mean, you got to do it, but the rest of the roster got to be filled out properly.
Yeah, and I like the fact, on the positive note of the trade, they got guys who are consistent. Like, the 4 of them are consistent, right? Yeah. Well, no, the 3 of them are consistent. Ayton is a wild card, right?
I think he'll get there. Scary.
I think he could. I think he could, but he needs to. I think he needs to be more mentally focused and tough. But I think there's a lot of variables. Yeah, I think there's a lot of variables. Like, if I would work for a boss I didn't like, I would probably do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But Bradley Beal, I like this for him because now he gets to play with actual NBA players. You know, and you know, I feel like the Suns almost beat the Nuggets with Book and Kevin Durant, right? They almost beat the Nuggets. They were really close. So they gave the Nuggets all they could handle. They were more competitive with the Nuggets in the playoffs. So I like the move bringing in Bradley Beal. But again, like you mentioned, they don't have a bench, and you don't have any picks now either. They traded a lot of those picks away just for getting KD. So you better hope that you're right, and you better pretend that you are the Miami Heat and can get some undrafted free agents that can contribute, right? Defensively, that's all you need to do is figure out rim protection, I'll back up to 8, and then some wings that can defend. Is what you need.
That's and I think there'll be some older players that just want to go for it. But I will say this before we get on to Draymond and of course Zion, and Melo. The thing about the spot up shooting, I think, is being overstated. Bradley Beal will be an amazing spot up shooter. He will not have a problem being a spot up shooter. Just go look at when he played with John Wall. Go look at him at Florida. Go look at him every other part of his career. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as Russell just alluded to, Draymond Green turned down his option to stay with the Golden State Warriors, becoming a free agent this offseason. Does he resign? Does he go elsewhere? What do you guys feel that Draymond does?
Man, I don't care. Like, Draymond doesn't. Draymond, listen, man. I'm not. What does he actually do? I know he was a great defender. I know he was at one point in his career. But
I don't care.
This nigga don't.
I'm kind of just sitting here like, look, Sterling, I agree. I really don't give a fuck. But I will say this: go get your money.
Yeah.
There are teams that could use him, but if he leaves the Warriors, his importance is not on the floor as a defender as much as it will be as Steph's bully and Steph's bodyguard. Not even just Steph, the Warriors bodyguard. You don't fuck with the Warriors because the thing may come out and start acting crazy. Right. And they remove him, the dynamic of that team changes.
And you don't let your dark skins go, bro. You got to keep your dark skins, dog. You got
bro.
Now you got a bunch of pretty niggas on the team, bro. Like,
shit.
We don't know what's gonna happen. Hey, Who knows what Jordan Poole is going to turn into out on this court, right?
He already is what he is. He give me 500,000 reasons.
He could have just bought a pizza.
Hey,
could have John about to say he could have just bought a pizza. Y'all, let me tell you this. Did she ever go to one game?
Nah, bro. She talking to
yeah. LA Lakers versus. I ain't gonna get to that.
But Draymond. Listen, man, I think it's the end of the road for Draymond. Like, go get what you can. I really do think if he could end up with the Lakers. I think he could probably. I think he'd be valuable to the Lakers. I don't really see
Lakers or Mavs.
No.
I know you don't want them, but I'm thinking those are the two teams I'm thinking.
What are you gonna do when he punches Luka?
I don't think he'd punch Luka. Actually, I think him and Luka would become a very. Now I'm not talking about bad. I think bad influence. Luka would be like, "Oh, I got him. Yes, we gonna act crazy." I do think Luka would lose his shit and start bullying the fuck out of people because Luka already be losing his shit. If you gave Luka Draymond, he's gonna be like, "Oh yeah," and Draymond's gonna tell him, "Yeah." Like push him over, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I will say this. I will say this though. If Draymond is about his business like he can be, if he was to come to a team like Dallas or the Lakers, he is a valuable piece just for what he can bring on the basketball court. But I mean, it's not much of a needle mover. It's just he's a valuable piece that's available.
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get to our bet stamp segment, and then we're going to go ahead and get to this LaMelo.
Wait! Before we get to bet stamp, do we have 2 seconds?
Oh, shit!
I mean, I can say why the bet stamp is on the screen. We said we was going to talk about. Yeah, there it go. And you know what we're going to talk about? Zion, because Zion had Elon Musk delete a bitch today. So, and that had to be the front scene this entire week, and I know Sterling, I know you was watching about it, but hey, I just feel like somewhere in America they was trying to tell her, hey, like KG was telling Paul Pierce, stop tweeting, stop. You got your account taken away at Zion.
That bitch hurt. That bitch like first of all, it's like, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna shut the fuck up about it. Like,
I'm gonna say this, shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Like bitch, like what are you talking about? Like.
See, Boogie, I shit he brought it because Boogie said y'all gonna see the dark side.
Yeah, look, you know what?
He said I done dropped. Boogie said I done dropped 2 bitches in less than 30 seconds. I can't.
I was going to the place. I was standing off, and I was going to that place, and I said, "Russ, reel me back in." You know what? I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. I ain't gonna say the goddamn thing.
I just know Sterling has a vast.
Everything you can do, okay? We can go on Pornhub. We can go on all
I ain't gonna lie.
You got to offer.
No homo. Hey, no homo. She dropped them tapes. I'm see if that nigga can dunk on and off the court. Nigga like 6'10", 320.
Yo,
that nigga was. Buddy, like there's a reason why she going crazy. All right, anyway.
All right,
let's get popping.
Let's get to it.
Oh shit!
Oh man!
Probably had to make a pelican noise. Nigga said Birdman.
Hey.
Got in the spread.
Birdman.
Hey, Zion do look like a little corny ass nigga that just
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I bet you Zion said it gets corny until I get started. I said it goes. Anyways, let's go.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Are you there, Chris?
Zion with the pipes. The longer it takes you, Chris, the more it just comes to you.
Yeah, Chris, this is gonna get bad.
It's gonna leak out.
Look, man.
Oh shit! To the ladies out there, make sure you.
I appreciate the good segue because if we're talking bad, we're talking Russ's baseball picks. Because once again,
fuck you out.
Once again, it's a red. 2-1 last week, boys. Everybody won but Russ.
And you know what?
You know what?
I'm betting that shit again.
Let me just say something real quick now.
Boogie, you're still undefeated in MMA.
I'm still undefeated in MMA. Look,
and still.
But I'm gonna say this: when I made that pick, that was a gut pick. I know that Thomas was in here; he was laughing at me and shit like that. But who is laughing now? All right. I did not know that Jared Cannonier was going to make that pick, but the thing is this: I did not trust Marvin Vittori. He's been seesawing ever since Adesanya put his finger in his ass and paused. And he hasn't been. He ain't been the same fighter. So
you stick a finger in nigga ass. I don't think you want to pause, but I'm just going.
I mean, he did. If you watch
I ain't fighting.
Yeah, if you watch the fight, he definitely demasculated.
Obviously, he ain't fight hard enough. He got a finger.
Demasculated the nigga.
So Boogie, with the hot hand, you're up first this week on your pick, your sushi bet of the week.
Go down. What is this, MMA?
This is for Wednesday. When? What do you want me to look at?
Let's go to. I want to bet on boxing. I want to put my money on Bud Crawford.
What night is that?
That's gonna be Saturday. That's a boxing. I'm not sure if they got boxing.
To beat who?
They gotta have some boxing on here somewhere.
To beat who?
I'm sorry, Russ.
Man, we smoke bud in Dallas. Man. What you talking about? Hell no.
Hey, man, Errol Spence gonna be over when he walks out of
big
bud
in Texas.
Stop playing with me. He won me over whenever he walked out to. Oh, they don't have it. Okay, so let's just stick with the MMA here.
Because they know the result.
Let's stick with the MMA here.
No.
Let's see what we got.
They don't want you to lose your own. Like Bud.
I ain't feeling really none of these, but you know what? I'm just gonna take the. Let me go with the main, and let me take. I'm gonna go with Tapura. Let me go Tapura over Josh Emmett. Yeah, I didn't like all that, but we're gonna go with that one. Let's see if I can go ahead and stay undefeated.
Boogie, I mean, listen, Boogie, like, you know, we respect your MMA acumen, but you just did a pussy bet, bro.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
You just did a pussy bet, my nigga. Right, Russ? Tell him, Russ.
Hold on.
That man said you bet $5 to win $5.05.
Yeah, man. Raise the stakes, my nigga. Raise the stakes.
Hold on. Didn't I not just bet an upset last week? Can I?
We don't care about last week.
You know what? Let's go to Neil Magny. I just seen Neil Magny on there. Give me Neil
Yes.
Magny.
Okay.
Give me my nigga Neil Magny.
Put your whole balls in it, my nigga.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give me Neil
All right.
Magny.
Sterling is somebody that also made a good pick last week. You're up next.
Yeah, I
Fuck you, Chris. I know what you mean.
I mean, let's go baseball with me, man. Let's go baseball.
Are you gonna come over here and make it real for me?
You gonna teach Russ a thing or two?
Yeah, I gotta teach Russ a thing or two, man.
Right. What night are you looking for? Thursday?
Yeah, let's go Thursday, man. You know what? I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna take the Atlanta Braves. Going up.
Oh.
Against Philly. Yes, sir. Atlanta Braves, they've been hot lately.
You want the points or you want them straight up?
I'm going to go straight up. Straight up.
Yeah.
Let's go straight up.
All right. Russ, who should people not take this week in baseball?
Right. On this week in Death Note, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Tampa Bay Rays against the Kansas City Royals. -1.5.
Boogie, let me ask you a question?
What's up?
Because Russ just made that pick, should we make him make another selection? Because he's had such a bad track record lately.
I got another one. I mean, I got it for sure, but it's
people with bad picks got plenty of them.
I got a guaranteed lock for Thursday. All right, fuck it. You can call it a pussy bet if you want, but I got a guaranteed lock. Oakland will lose to Cleveland by 1.5 runs. If Oakland beats Cleveland in the game of baseball, Next week, I will take 4 shots on camera right when the show jumps off while Boogie gives the intake.
Oh, wow.
I'll just take them forward and start the show.
All right.
So you're taking
Cleveland. Because Oakland is that bad.
So you're taking Cleveland and a 1.5?
That's not my yeah. That one,
Okay.
but my first one is I'm taking the Tampa Bay Rays at 1.5 as well.
No, you can only have one.
Oh well, you said I have to make two. But how you gonna tell me?
Because we was
Stunner's
on
just
ratio
being the
first.
He's the ultimate antagonist. He's like, you gotta do two. I gave him two. Nigga, do one. You gonna have one. Well, fuck it. Then since I put the shots on it, do the Oakland and Cleveland.
Yeah,
thing.
I like
Do
that.
do
I like that. I like
I
that.
I swim in the deep end. Nigga.
We in this thing.
Deep water.
We in this thing right now.
All right, gentlemen, you are locked in with your 3 picks for this week. As always, this is strictly for fun. Bet what you have, lose what you can.
All right.
Do not blame us for any of this. And if you have a problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right.
Gambler?
Don't
I think it's 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right. So that brings us to our next segment, and it is the ever so popular, one of my personal favorites, the either and the or.
Hey.
Hey.
Let's get it.
Make a choice. You know what I'm talking about? So today, in honor of the end of sports, for those that love basketball and football a whole lot, I went ahead and I want to ask everybody viewing and everybody out there, again, if you are viewing, hit the subscribe, hit the like, share the link with a friend, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your cousin, your grandfather, your grandmother, her sister, her brother, everybody, because it's all a circle. We all trying to stay connected. You know what I'm talking about? But I get the either or is, would you rather have basketball start later so it doesn't end until July or August? We're talking like you'd have the NBA Finals Game 7 happen in like July 4th. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or you'd have it go even longer to August, but the season wouldn't start till like December, probably Christmas or after that. I don't think anybody wants the season to start after Christmas, but I do think a lot of people would love to see the NBA start on Christmas Day as a jump-off day. That probably would be fucking crazy. And then, or would you rather have it where it's kind of like it is in what we're developing now, where there's a lot more spring leagues, a lot more developmental leagues, like the high schools are trying to get leagues developed. You got the overtime league in basketball. You got the TBT tournaments. You got the Big Three, basically a bunch of random sports that are supposed to be entertaining in various ways.
Okay.
Which one would y'all rather have? As they do improve, because some of them are getting better.
Like if we're taking it right here, like how the current state is.
My bad. I forgot to add this. The reason why this was thought of, and the reason why I did bring this up as a question, is because this actually happened to soccer with the Christmas World Cup. Their season lasted way longer than it normally would, but it kind of gave a person like me a filler for when, you know what I'm saying, this basketball and stuff ends.
The dry season.
Yeah.
As we call it, the dry season in sports. I like the addition of the spring games. It gives a lot of variety to where you're kind of not stuck on just one particular sport. But you kind of swayed me whenever you said, the finals on 4th of July. I thought of barbecue and NBA finals on TV, and and that was just like, I can see that shit. So I'm gonna go with give me the finals in July 4th. Fireworks.
Okay.
So Go says depends. Olympics start in the summer. I don't care about Olympics.
But here's the thing. If we saw the World Cup transition because of the weather from a summer games to a winter games, and I'm pretty sure then they do this in soccer. And like I always tell y'all, and I've been telling y'all, and people that know me, I've been saying this, soccer was first. Everything is going to follow what soccer does. It's just because that they figure out how to make a lot of money in a game. And what soccer does is they literally have times in their seasons where they're like, yo, this player, and this player are not going to be playing this week because they're playing for their national team. Or they might not even have games at that certain time of the year. They halted, and people be like, why are the games halted? Because the players are in a season, and then it resumes. Weird to us. It's weird to us, but it's been working for everybody else for hundreds of years.
Well, that's
literally hundreds of years.
That's pretty interesting because we don't watch soccer, so I don't give a shit.
Shit on everything. Yeah, America.
Hey, my dream scenario in this would be to move the college basketball season and the NBA back a couple months, so that we like it. Wouldn't it be so cool if we could be watching March Madness right now? You know what I'm saying? Like that would be dope because you could spend more time watching good college basketball. Like it doesn't
But then
have
what
to
are you
be
doing in March?
It's
just
Super
NBA,
Bowl
it's
hangover, baby. The NBA scene, we still we in the conference tournaments, right? We're getting close to the end of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, move it to January. Have both NBA and college basketball start in January.
I think
I wouldn't hate it.
I wouldn't hate it either because we would have good basketball until August, and then NFL training camps. And
no one's gonna hate. No one's gonna hate not having something in this gap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody finds out what shows they like in these couple months. But no, we really do.
Yeah.
I actually think that, like,
I'm rewatching Tiger King right now.
Unless I get my dream Boogie, and that would be my dream of having to start at a point where we would get it in Christmas and it ends in like July. So where if we had playoffs and it ended in the game 7, it would be on July 4th, or you know what I'm saying, sometime around there. I would take that. But if it's not that, I do believe there's something to be said about the hunger that we have. So I do believe there still should be like a 30-day gap before football. Not 30 days, but there should be a gap in sport before football preseason really gives you just that little taste. Because, we all get hyped up for the first preseason game, but we don't really give a fuck about it. It's just like, finally, the football, wheel is starting to roll. That's really what it signifies.
Yeah. Right.
So, like, I do think, like, that little time is needed because it feeds for what football needs. Football gets you really, really amped up for like 16, 17, or 18 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It gets you really, really hyped for that short amount of time compared to these other sports. But I think so I will say I do think I would love it. I don't think anybody would take the other. But I will say, to speak on the other side of the either or, if the developmental leagues were to get to a point where they marketed them correctly, and I'm talking about like the overtime leagues. I'm talking about the high school league that's trying to be developed. I'm talking about like I don't know about college, because I kind of think college lying dormant until March is the effect of college. Mm-hmm. So I think March has college for that, but I do think something can be done in the summer that that could make our appetite less. But no, I would much rather have the NBA last a little bit longer. But I don't think until August. I think like the beginning of July would be where I would cap it, because I do think we need that time frame. But I would love to see what we do with sports like soccer and sports like the high schooler showcase, or whatever you want to call it, because hey, shit's entertaining. Good athletes are entertaining. So
all right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get to the segment for the night where we're probably going to spend the rest of the show on. Well, we are going to spend the rest of the show on. Is going to examine Carmelo Anthony's legacy. We're going to kind of go through
People's Champ.
We're going to go through. We're going to talk to Russ, who is a Carmelo Anthony fan. And we're going to talk to Sterling, who is a man that has lived in Denver and watched his career very closely. So let's just kick it off here right now. All right. So if you guys tuned in probably about two or 3 weeks ago, we touched on the subject a little bit about Carmelo Anthony. It was very passionate stances were taken from Russell, who is his favorite player, and Sterling had his own opinions about Carmelo Anthony time in Denver. So let's just get straight into it, and let's just start right now. What overall will be Carmelo's impact on the game when it's all said and done? Well, I mean, he's retired, but when people look back on it, what would they remember him as?
A bucket monster for sure.
Yeah,
one of the best scorers. He's top 10 all time scoring. So I'll just say one of the best scorers that we have ever seen. Now you could dive in deeper to it. You know what I'm saying? Because like people say, well, there's 9 guys. Like try to tell me a bunch of people that you've watched that you would give the ball to and say go. And people say this all the time. Who can you give the ball to and say go? No. Like there's only a couple people that you really, really can give the ball to and say go get a bucket, and they will go get the buckets. Like Kobe's. Like you could do with the T-Max back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like you could do it with Durant. Like this guy is a bucket on top of a bucket, and I believe he also kind of likes. He gave birth. He didn't give birth, but he showed that like isolation is okay. You know what I'm saying? Like isolation can work. If you build everything around it, isolation can work. Like he didn't win a championship, people's champ, but like he's one of the best scorers that you'll ever see. And anything else anybody else wants to add on top of that, we can. But we could talk about the fact that he's a lot smarter than people give him credit for. He is possibly the most physical small forward to ever play the game as far as using his big body to his advantage. As like not in the sense of like LeBron is, you know what I'm saying, like the freight train that he is, but I mean as far as LeBron doesn't intentionally just run him and throw his weight around in a way that makes it uncomfortable to play on the basketball court with him. Everybody that says they played against Melo is like, it's bad because he's big as fuck, but he also lets you know he's big as fuck because he's throwing his body into you. Just watch the 2009 Western Conference Finals. Even Kobe was like, damn, man. Like, Jesus, he threw his weight around. But yeah, Melo's my guy, man. I can go on for days. Love the guy. Nothing like. Only thing he didn't do was win a championship. You know what I'm saying? That's about it.
All right,
You know, Russ, I appreciate everything you said. I really do. Melo, I would say he triple threat. I think he's one of the best players I've ever seen from the triple threat position.
The best. The best. The best.
The jab step mixed with the mid-range pull-up. I don't
Best
think
ever.
I've ever seen a guy of that caliber execute that move with such fundamentally sound. Like, for those who hoop out there, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's hard to do what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of anticipation. I mean, you're watching the feet of another man, you know, where if he opens up, he's jabbing, and he's taking a step one dribble left, and he's pulling up in your face.
Yeah.
Or he's gonna let you press on him with your body, and then he's gonna bring it back around and get you moving and go one way with quickness, and then he's gonna pull up in your face. Like, that takes skill, man.
Or power through you.
Oh yeah. Melo, he's one of the top 10 most talented scorers we've ever seen in the NBA. Seriously. Like, I like, give him his flowers. Like, that's what he is. You know, so I appreciate Melo, what he's brought to the NBA, what he brought to the Nuggets. You know, I got to see him in person play many times, you know, just because he was out here. It was always fun to watch, man. And, you know, I wish he would have won a title somewhere, because I think, you know, his career deserved a title, but not everybody wins a title, right? And I don't necessarily think that just because you don't win a title doesn't mean you're not great. I think he is.
But can we say this, Sterling? And this is what I always say when people talk about him not winning a title. Like, he's the last, and Dame's doing this right now, the last of the players that said, like, no, I'm going to be the guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the blame. I'm going to take the glory. But I'm going to be the guy wherever I play. I'm going to be number one from start to finish. You ain't going to be able to look on my team and say, yeah, man, he had a lot of help from him. He had a lot of – no. Melo did this. Melo made other guys better as they could be. So, like, and I think that's what gets taken away most. I think that's, if you want to talk about what his legacy leaves, yeah, he scored a lot of points, but he showed people how to, like, stand up and do that shit. Like, I'm going to play and be the number one for a team. Like, all y'all talk about, like, not y'all, but a lot of people, how y'all talk about KD going to Golden State. You talk about Bron going to Miami. You talk about the Spurs starting low management and acquiring different players. You talk about all these other teams and all this extra shit. This man just said, sign me, pay me, I'm going to average 30, and we're going to make it work. Like, I'm going to do my job. And we like they did, like y'all praised the 90s. he is a throwback player. I'm gonna go out here, do my job, play for my team, and then shit, whatever happens, happens. He just didn't happen to win, and he didn't win because he didn't force it. Like he could have went and played with Miami with the big three. It was supposed to be him in Miami. He could have went and played with Derrick Rose, which is, in my own personal opinion, the one mistake I thought he made. I thought instead of fighting his way to stay in New York and through Phil Jackson, he should have said, fuck it. Let me go play with this Derrick Rose kid before he blows both his knees out. You know what I'm saying? And I believe if he does get to play with Derrick Rose, the second knee don't go. Like I do believe that because Derrick Rose ain't got to work as hard. Derrick Rose is another one that shit means something. Like that's why Dirk Nowitzki shit means more than a lot of these other guys shit because he stayed and endured a lot of shit. Like you know what I'm saying? So I don't take away from guys' championships. I just mean like others are weighted different, and I think careers are weighted differently because if you watch what Melo did, like he was like he was the last true number one. Like I don't really like. I'm gonna take the help y'all give me. But shit, if y'all tell me I don't need help and y'all need me to average 35, well, fuck it, I'm gonna lace these bitches up and go try to get 40. You know what I'm saying? Like I respect that shit. Like I respect it.
All right. So look, you got something you gotta say?
About the championship thing, man. I feel like, to whom much is given, much is required. And I feel like his ability and skill, man, it was special. I just felt like, even though he didn't win a title, I felt like he's one of those guys that could have won one, right? Putting it in the right situation. I think that's part of him. I think it's part his fault. I think it's part of the organization's fault. I think the Nuggets, they failed him in some ways, right? I think he failed in some ways. Because now, I mean, he's going to be one of those guys that's forgotten in a sense, right? Like true basketball heads, he'll never be forgotten. But for the general average fan, historically, Melo will be forgotten, and I didn't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I just wish that he would have had an opportunity, like Braun put himself in a position where he could go chase rings, right?
Yeah.
Other players through history have done that, and I just wish he could have done that as well.
And I think all of us can like agree, and like to Sean's point, Sam, he didn't go just try to team up. He went to go play with Russell Westbrook, bro.
Yeah. Okay, so
like he went like.
Let me read Shotgun's comment. So he, like Russ just said, he says, he said that you were capping. Then he was like, Melo had bad luck. He joined the Knicks when Amari and Felton made All-Star games, and then he was going to the Bulls, and Rose got hurt, so he tried to team up as well. He just had bad luck.
And I would say a lot of people forget, like when he was going to team up with Rose, that was before the second injury. That wasn't that was after the first injury. And after the first injury, Derrick Rose was not done. That's why the second one was so devastating because he came out and started hooping again. As far as the Amari Stoudemire thing, I think only me and another one of my homies that do watch the show, Chris, we always say a lot of people don't realize about Amari Stoudemire. He was open about being like, I want to be the only player on a team. He was the same way, like Melo. I don't want no star. He goes, and Amari was worse. Amari said, I wanted to be me and 4 bums because I want to just go out there and get buckets. Amari had no interest in playing with a bunch of other stars. He wanted to go get numbers and hoop. You know what I'm saying? So like, and that was indicative to everything that he did. So I would say that the thing about like him and Amari Stoudemire not working, everybody said when he went that probably wasn't going to work. The spacing was going to be horrible for that team. When he luck, he had Phil Jackson. You know what I'm saying? As a player, okay, guys are back. I don't know if I disappeared too. But then you had, like, I think Chicago would have been the best place because, like I said, you never know what happens if he gets there after Derrick Rose's first injury. But I don't think it's capped that to say what I was saying about Melo because he is one of the only guys that just put his head down and went forward and run. And to say he teamed up with OKC after New York didn't want him no more, and OKC was a spot he could go play with 2 players that he enjoyed and still start. I mean, what would you do? And honestly, that team was okay until Andre Roberson tore his shit.
All right. So, if there was anything that you could change about how his career went, aside from winning the championship, what would that be?
Go ahead, Russ.
100%. Never leave Denver.
Yo.
Because the reason why I say that is because to this day, even though they made the playoffs, the Knicks are a shit show. And he wanted to play at home so bad. And that team was going to fail anybody that played for him at that time period. So I do believe his biggest mistake was wanting to leave Denver after he had already been to a Western Conference Finals with Denver. I think that was his biggest mistake. And of course, not going to Miami. But I mean, he made a whole lot of money though.
You gotta blame LeBron for that. Like, LeBron ruined it, bro. I mean, he did.
I don't think Bron ruined it, because if Bron ruined it, what the Celtics do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but they weren't. But KG, like, he wasn't.
Bron
like,
couldn't beat them. Like Bron was on the cusp. Bron scored the last 28 against that Detroit team. Came out. The Celtics realized. Everybody realized you ain't finna beat this dude. Like, you ain't, like, he's him. Wait, my bad. Hello, my name is him, LeBron James. People realize that, and the Celtics beat. I think we forget how Bron had to walk out after he lost to the Celtics.
We're not gonna talk about Bron because this is about Melo. But I think Bron kind of ruined it because he left. You know, like think about it. Back then, like, and I know that wasn't the first super team ever created. Like, we know that, but like at that time and era, it was one of those things where, like, damn, like, if Bron would have stayed in Cleveland, you know, Melo stayed in Denver, man, I just think it would have made more parity in the NBA. Now, you weren't going to beat the Lakers at that time. The Lakers were just unreal.
Here's what I'm saying, though. If Bron can make that move, and this is what, and people that know me always say, I think Melo made bad decisions as far as, like, where he wanted to play, not like how he played and stuff. So Bron moves to Miami and you don't go with them. You know what I'm saying? You don't make that happen. Why go to the conference that they're in? Because I believe Melo is one of those guys, and he kind of showed it on that 2009 playoff run that they had, that once the going gets tough and the tough gets going, he likes it hot in the kitchen and he plays better. So I like when the stakes are higher, and I believe that the finals would have been a place that he could have really shown he could have really, really, really became legendary. And I think that in Denver, staying in the West, you would have had players that were willing to go to Denver, the team that they had, if you go back and look, there was only like a player or two away. Like, I mean, you talk about a young J.R. Smith, like, bouncing off the walls, dunking on everybody. You're talking about Chauncey Billups running the point. You're talking about the original Birdman, blocking shots, making plays. The team, like, I just think that was his big. I would have been like, if you're gonna go to New York and deal with the shit show that you dealt with, and it's gonna basically take all your prime, and you're gonna show us like that you can still ball. I mean, the 62-0-0, the game winners, all the shit that he gave the New York fans. But if he was in Denver, he would have had more stability. And I believe, if we look at the time right, when was Joker drafted?
2014. Yeah. You know, yeah. I agree.
He was a 41. He would have been drafted either way, 41 pick. So I'm just saying, Denver is a place that, you know, they reap the benefits now, but Denver is a place that should not be shitted on.
Yeah, no, man. I you know, my thing with
of course, Ghost, because
Ghost. Yeah, he says, does that change the trajectory of the Denver team?
Yes, I think it does. But we're speaking in terms of like what Melo needed. So like the trajectory of this team wouldn't have even mattered, you know, because like what we would do for Melo. So yeah, it would, because this team probably wouldn't exist. Melo's 1 or 2 championships.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so
above all else, though, in his career, one thing that I wish would have happened is that the Detroit Pistons didn't draft fucking Darko Milicic #2 overall and drafted my nigga, so he could have been on a team that needed a fucking isolation score, and he probably would have like 6-7 chips right now. We're not gonna get into that though. Fuck Detroit. Damn.
Hey, you know, it's crazy that you brought that up, because I literally
y'all rappers go on.
I literally just seen the special that they ran on Milicic about that.
They drafted Darko Milicic over Carmelo Anthony after he won the.
Yeah, Chauncey Billups thought that they were going to get Melo. But hey, you know, things happen how they happen, man. But
that is true, Sean. It is a copycat league.
So look, before we get out of here, let's just go ahead.
See, I didn't see.
You got
that fucking shit, bro.
So,
you want to know where to change his career at, nigga. Fucking Detroit, dog. Detroit, guess what? LeBron wouldn't have dropped them fucking 20 on your bitch ass if you would have drafted Melo. Stupid. Like, damn. All right, I'll let it out.
All right, so look,
I have it.
The final question before we end up closing the show: does he get into the Hall of Fame?
Yes, it's the Basketball Hall of Fame. Shit.
I think so.
It's the basketball. Niggas ain't made the playoffs in the Basketball Hall of Fame. I'm being real though. Like I do think the NBA should make their own NBA Hall of Fame because the Basketball Hall of Fame, everybody gets in that motherfucker. It's like the club before 11. Nigga, you get in for free. Shit, that shit is easy. It's easy, nigga. Like, hey, nigga, it's like a first grade test, boy. Did you make it? That's the requirements for the Basketball Hall of Fame. Did you make it? Did people think you was good? All right, you in there.
Hey, the Porzingis trade just fell apart, by the way.
Yo.
Oh, it did?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Breaking news. Sterling's breaking news.
They just said they're moving on after failing to come to an agreement.
What?
They realize, hey, because Porzingis trash.
Don't get hurt.
They didn't need it. I told y'all they didn't need a guard. Now, you know what really happened? They called on the phone and said, Chris Strapp, we're going to need you to play in the post. He said, what's that? Nigga said, block.
Hey, this ain't gonna work.
I'm like, this is not gonna work. Jason Tatum. Now you know what? Jason Tatum just found out.
There you go.
That's what happened. Jason Tatum just read his Twitter and said, "No."
Veto.
The nigga that thought he was better than Luka Doncic, he can't play with me.
Yeah. And whenever I seen that he was going to Boston, I was like this.
Everybody said that. Everybody I posted, people was like, I guess we'll see what happens.
Man, look, Porzingis, that's a sad story. That's just a sad ass story.
But you know what? It's the story, and the draft is. We didn't even talk about it. The draft is the ball.
Shit.
See, this is why I be mad at y'all. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna have to do a live or something and do some TikToks because y'all niggas in the production room didn't even think about the draft.
I was supposed to
draft is on
today. So the draft is.
Oh yeah. Yes, for those who care. But the NBA draft is the unwanted stepchild of drafts. Because everybody knows what's going to happen. It's going to be Victor Wembanyama. It's going to be, what's his name, Brandon Miller. And it's going to be Scoot Henderson. Scoot Henderson may be better than both of them. Real quick synopsis before we get out of here, because it doesn't take me that long to do the NBA. Guess what, guys? I do not trust Victor Wembanyama. Now, Victor Wembanyama. I don't really trust him. Because I don't trust no player built like him. Name player built like him.
You think
that gets it done. Or like the other guys that are built like Sean Bradley, Chet Holmgren. Let's see. If you go look at the top 10 players or top 20 players, for these top 10 players that are drafted after LeBron James that were quote unquote the best prospect ever, all of them are injury ridden.
Yeah.
Zion Williams, Derrick Rose, Anthony Davis, Chris Strapp Porzingis. Guess what, guys? Unicorns don't fucking exist. And even in fairy tales, they only show up every once in a while. There you have it.
All right. And on that note, we're going to end the show. We're going to close it out. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you like what you hear, please. Oh, damn.
I want to say thank you again to our sponsor, BetStamp. BetStamp allows you to easily line shop for the most profitable odds across all sports books. You can click on any matchup and instantly see all the different odds for game lines, player props, and even future bets. Line shopping is the easiest and simplest way to find an edge in sports betting and to maximize your chances of winning long term. On average, BetStamp users win an extra $1,000 and over yearly just by line shopping. If you haven't already done so, install BetStamp using promo code Sushi, that's us, and start line shopping your way to a competitive advantage today. Again, thank you to our sponsor, BetStamp. I just want to say thank you.
All right, well, Russ got to take off for a little bit, but we're going to go ahead and close out.
I thought we was about to do the commercial. I got to piss like a fucking Russian racehorse. Let's go. Let's go.
Follow us and all this shit you see down here, okay? All right.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, tune in next week, Wednesday, bitch. We'll be here. Peace.
Peace.